Okay, so we have some awesome news when it comes to Microsoft and Xbox getting a brand new AAA studio to help them with their massive franchises. This new studio is rumored to help with Halo Infinite in a big way, but also they're rumored to make a massive AAA game exclusive to the Xbox platform. Then we also have news about Blizzard and them grabbing a new studio that will merge with their publisher. There's a lot of news and a lot of games, not to mention new modes for Halo here. So let's just get into these massive studios and get into this news because there's a lot to talk about. Let's do this. Hey, what's up everyone? Thanks for stopping by and checking out the video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and that like button. The support is greatly appreciated. And if you want to be notified on future content, hit that small little bell icon. And if you want to go that extra mile to support the channel, hit that join button. All right. So enough of that. Let's get right into the meat of the story because for me, it's pretty exciting to see. This new studio we're talking about is Certain Affinity, who have been a studio that's been a part of the Halo franchise for more than 15 years. They're a studio that was working on Halo back when Bungie was the main studio working on that franchise. So they've been a pretty amazing partner for Microsoft and Xbox for several years and have a deep understanding of the culture involved with what Microsoft and Xbox want. And you might have heard about this studio a few months ago, last year, since they were rumored to not only work on Halo, but they were also working on a brand new AAA game exclusive to the Xbox platform. But we'll get to that a little bit later, because first, let's talk about this new announcement from Certain Affinity talking about working on the Halo franchise even more. Here's what was said in the article and what Certain Affinity themselves announced on Twitter. Certain Affinity has long been a closer partner of Microsoft and Xbox, having worked on Halo games for years. We have it on good authority that the studio is also contributing to other upcoming Xbox games, including Perfect Dark, while potentially also making an all-new exclusive of its own, dubbed Surtur. Today, the studio announced that it is deepening its contributions to Halo specifically to work on Halo Infinite, which has been under scrutiny for its relatively slow pace of updates. Earlier in the year, I revealed that Certain Affinity is working on a new mode for Halo Infinite codename Tatanka, and today it would appear Certain Affinity has confirmed it. Here's what the studio had to say on their official Twitter. We've been part of the Halo franchise for more than 15 years, and we're honored to say we are deepening our relationship with 343 and have been entrusted with further evolving Halo Infinite in some new and exciting ways. Join us on our journey. Then they had a post for job descriptions, not to mention they're trying to hire for this new responsibility that's put on their studio. So the first thing we have to mention though is that this studio is obviously hiring like crazy for this newfound project they're a part of. I say new project because this isn't just them joining 343 as a support studio. I think they've been doing that for a very long time and are now being trusted with some new modes that they can own themselves in the Halo Infinite franchise. Because for the first time, there might be a new mode outside of the campaign and outside of the multiplayer of Halo Infinite that Certain Affinity is working on. In fact, that exact mode and what is being rumored is being talked about in the article. So let's get into what is being said about that. Exactly what Halo Infinite's Tatanka is remains to be seen, but rumors I've received lately point to it having Battle Royale elements in the least, complete with a shrinking map. I suspect it will have a unique twist or two to differentiate itself from the Call of Duty Warzones and Fortnites of the world though. I want to break this all down from the studio, the mode that they're creating, and everything in between. So let's do this first. I want to talk about the studio, Certain Affinity, which is a massive studio that has over 250 plus people on staff. So this isn't a small studio that works on small parts of games. No, they're a massive AAA studio that have worked on AAA games like Halo for over 15 years. So their track record can speak for itself. They have the experience and the leadership to hopefully make something worth our while. And I think for years they were a support studio and finally feel confident that they can make their own mode and make their own game that they can put their name and stamp on. Which brings me to the Battle Royale mode that is being rumored for Halo Infinite. Now, I know a lot of people will yell from the rooftops and say Halo Infinite doesn't need a Battle Royale mode, and to those people I would say, just don't play it and keep to what you like, which is the multiplayer and the campaign. The mode isn't for you, but for people like me who love Battle Royales, I would say I can't wait to see what Halo could bring in that BR setting. Squads dropping in, Master Chiefs and Covenant fighting across a massive ring with lots of cool things happening all over the map and you're right in the middle of it. That to me is something I can get behind, and I truly hope it does happen. I mean, for all the hate Dr. Disrespect got for saying Halo will be awesome for about a month or two, then fall off if it doesn't have a battle royale, he was actually kind of right when you look at everything. The game is amazing, and I recently just played it, but it doesn't have that long-lasting power if it doesn't have a BR mode people can easily jump into, because no matter what, that's what it is now. Multiplayer modes should have BR. It's a mode that's in there. It's like not having search and destroy. It's like not having capture the flag. It's become a mode that everybody became accustomed to. I mean, we see the multiplayer games that top the list, and it's usually BR or massively popular games like GTA. So I do hope that certain Affinity is working on a BR, because we finally need the biggest Xbox franchise to join one of the most popular modes in gaming, which is Battle Royale. But now, let's shift modes a little bit, because I want to talk about the new game that certain Affinity is working on, because this mode and this Halo Infinite thing that they're doing isn't the only thing that they're working on. Here's what's said in the article. A few weeks ago, it was also revealed that Microsoft and certain Affinity are working on an Xbox exclusive dubbed Project Surtur. While we had the code name and project info, it was Jeff Grubb on his show Grub Snacks who revealed that Surtur is a Monster Hunter-like action game and is coming exclusively to Xbox and Windows PC. This was a game I reported on a few months ago, and it was directly from both Jeff Grubb and Jez Corden, who talked about all of this. With over 250 people on staff, I could see the studio not only hiring like crazy to reach over 300 people, but with those types of numbers, I could see them easily working on 2 to 3 projects at the same time. Now, as for this game that's a Monster Hunter-like action game, I'm going to be excited for it, but I'll have to wait and see what it's all about. I say this because I wasn't the biggest Monster Hunter fan out there. I just didn't like the game and the gameplay and the art style all that much. Yet if they get a new art style and some different elements into this type of game, I could come around to it. But again, I'm going to wait and see before getting all excited about it. And this brings me to Xbox buying the studio to join their first-party team. I have a feeling that this is going to happen sooner or later, because if we look at certain Affinity, they're a studio that's almost exclusively worked with Microsoft for over 15 years. So Microsoft values them and trusts them with games, especially big games like Halo. They kind of remind me of Playground Game, who only worked on Xbox games for years before joining the Xbox family. Yet with certain Affinity, they have one big problem. They haven't brought out their own AAA game like Playground Games did with Forza Horizon. And I have a feeling this new Monster Hunter game or this new mode in Halo Infinite is a big test for them to see if they can handle doing that. Bring out a game that people will love. Not just a game that comes out, but a game that's highly rated that they can support on their own. No more leaning on Bungie or 343 Industries to help make a massive AAA game. So if these games do come out and this mode comes out and it's great, then I think once the Blizzard Activision purchase is over, we might see certain Affinity join Xbox closely after that, or after they release the mode and that new AAA game. Because if we see what Blizzard just did, they merged the Vicarious Visions, a studio that brought out multiple games in the last 10 years, yet now they'll be solely focused on Blizzard Entertainment franchises. As we can see, Activision and Blizzard are still grabbing talent and bringing them aboard to the studios, because the most valuable thing in gaming right now is talent. Studios need more people to work on their games, especially when you produce massive AAA games that continue to have content come to them. Look at Halo Infinite needing more content, Gears getting updates, Sea of Thieves getting massive updates, and of course, games like World of Warcraft getting DLCs almost every 2 years. These are massive undertakings for studios, and they need a massive amount of talent to get those things off the ground. And that's exactly what certain Affinity was for a very long time, a studio to help other bigger studios get their games ported to other platforms or get extra content on them. It's a good starting point for a studio, but now it's all about creating their own games to make their own stamp on the gaming industry. Let's hope they knock it out of the park, and let's hope Vicarious Visions is a studio that can help Blizzard bring out more content for their games. No matter what, if Xbox gets Activision Blizzard, we're going to have so much content coming to Xbox platforms. It's almost going to be every single month we see some news or some content drop, and I think that's what they want. They want Game Pass to get content constantly, and they also want their games as a service games to get more content so people keep playing them. Let's hope that happens, because if they do make a Monster Hunter game, that's going to have to be a game that's supported, and if they make a BR mode, that's another game that's going to have to be consistently supported like Apex Legends is. But enough of what I think about all of this. Tell me what you think about this. Are you excited to see a Battle Royale mode in Halo? Do you think Halo needs a Battle Royale mode for it to be a success? Would you want to see a Monster Hunter-esque game exclusive to Xbox? What other modes does Halo need? Go down below and let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button and that like button to support us out the channel more than you know. And give me a follow on Twitter at Zalker87. I'm always on there talking games and sharing my latest videos. Plus, I love interacting with everyone there, so get on Twitter and let's talk about gaming. Also, follow me on Xbox Live. My gamertag is Zalker87, just like my channel name. See what games I'm playing, and let's compete in achievements for the month. So right now, I've been jumping into Elden Ring, of course. I've been playing MLB The Show. I've just been jumping into a lot of games, but mostly, funny enough, I'm playing a lot of BR and Rocket League. So I've been jumping into Call of Duty Warzone, but not the Warzone that you think. I'm not playing the big 200 or 150 person battle royale. I'm playing the small one called Resurgence, where you keep coming back, you keep fighting with your buddies, and I'm saying that mode is so intense, it's so much fun, and I really think that that type of gameplay would work perfectly with Halo. I'm having a lot of fun with it with my buddies. We're just jumping in, playing for about an hour and a half, getting about 6 games in, winning some, losing some, and it's a lot of fun. I think that mode is a perfect balance between somebody that wants a battle royale, but also get a lot of action while playing it. So I think Halo should look into that, because I think that mode is the new BR that people should be playing. But let me know what you're playing. Are you playing something on your PlayStation 5, your Xbox Series X, or are you on your PC playing something? Let me know down below, because that's what we're here. It's to talk games. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember, enjoy your gaming. Later.